Yo, boys, guys, today we gotta lock the fuck in. All right, let's go to the end. Oh, we don't. Okay, so there's gonna be very key levels here compared to most. I would annotate this. So let me just get to marking these. I don't think we're gonna come back all the way there, but if we do, cool. That's really all we need to mark, and then obviously this daily low. All of this likely not in play. Gonna remove it from my chart. Keep the chart as clean as possible. To be honest, we don't really have. This is a difficult. This may be a little bit more difficult than most, but good. Everybody was good. I'll say my hellos once we do our charting. We did get the take profit account to function. We have a scenario where ideally we see a daily reversal, but order flow is so bearish, and we probably don't want to fight that. So I suppose the game plan can be kind of easy. And the game plan will be simply I'll share that, at 9:25. I'll write it here out with you guys. Appreciate you guys asking. I'm doing great. Hopefully everyone's doing just as good as me. This is Thursday. What's the news today? There was something, right? November 25th. I wouldn't aim for all-time highs today. How long are you gonna keep going live on TikTok? Probably till New Year. Unemployment claims today. Yeah, just 8:30. That's all there. Very strong bearish order flow going into the day. Normally, I would anticipate a daily reversal from the daily BISI. However, given we have traded to, and let me double check that this orange folder is orange folder for alpha futures as well. No, it's not. Existing home sales, that's red folder for alpha futures. So make sure no execution is 2 minutes before or after on alpha futures. Obviously, we have Apex as well, and it's a council. We can just go based off that. Anyways, I'll tell you guys how I would go about this day. Normally, I would anticipate a daily reversal from the daily basis. However, given we have traded to CE and low of the daily BISI with really strong bearish order flow, I'm going into market open bearish with the draw being November 18th. I do not prefer this scenario. What I would prefer is market give a what I want to see is the market reverse. Then we can trade the bonds. There you go. That's going to be the game plan for today. Accounts are all set up. Alpha. We did lose in PM yesterday. You mean 17th? No, 18th. I'm down here. This low right here. Old daily low. Gatie, please. What's up, bro? The strategy to use now? The same one as always, brother. Yesterday we traded PM. I took a loss, yeah. Everything posted in the Discord. As always. How's everyone doing, man? Let me just make sure I'm all signed in, all locked in. Everything is smooth. And then we can do some questions. Market order flips, I sleep. Valid, bro. Bad game plan. So the game plan, very basic. Bearish, unless we get 15-minute CISD, then we could potentially look for a daily reversal. I mean, there's an SMT there. We're very deep. It's one of those situations where like we either reverse from here, but we also don't want to short the really strong bearish order flow. Or long all the strong order flow. So going into open, I will be bearish. And I'll be looking for over here going into market open. However, like I said, if we do shift higher, I will gladly and happily change my bias, especially when the risk reward is really good. If we do take longs, we'll probably de-risk. Let me include that in my game plan. If I do take longs, I will de-risk and look to pyramid in. That's just for me, Ari. That's just for me. You guys get the live. You don't need no game plan written down. You guys get the live Gatie. My emotions won yesterday. Took 6 losses. I'm drinking tea while you trade. It's like impossible to lose it, you know? What's good, Fatal? Good morning, brother. Thank you, guys. I'll be aware, I guess. Day 10 out of 10 of having the wrong idea. Me or you? Ticker you trading. This is MNQ, just a micro NASDAQ. We're on the 1-minute chart. Will it open short? I don't know what it's going to open. I prefer it open and go up. This is difficult. This is going to be not easy. I'm going to be straight up. Like, if I was on a live account, I wouldn't even be trading today. I would just go back to sleep. Because it's this specific scenario in price. We're either going to reverse from here or continue from here, you know? And there's a pretty good chance we just consolidate too. Like we're going to have to be patient. We're only going to execute A+, and that's it. What's the equation? The equation is so dollar risk, right? What's the best way to do this? I got you. 2 chains. How much you want to risk? Divide that by 2. Divide that by points of your stop loss. That equals contracts required to trade. So dollar risk divided by 2 divided by point stop loss equals your total contracts. You hit the gym. When my back is not injured, I did go yesterday. I hurt my back to be honest, but not too much. So I think I'll go again today. Good morning. Appreciate you, Ian or Ian. I'm bullish for the day until 4-hour CSC gets tapped. We're really at a pivotal point. Like, we've shifted order flow. The full sell side low is here. I don't think we're gonna get there today, but I like this hourly Sibi here. You know, it will overlap with this wick. I honestly think just high probability shorts. Like, I don't think we take Asia high today. I'm not gonna remove that annotation. We're just gonna have to wait. We're just gonna be really, really patient. Really patient. Like these, you could take longs going into 9:30 classic model. Target these equal highs. Like that's probably gonna get taken. 8:30 opening price probably gonna get taken going into But it's really difficult to trade. I think that auto sets your TP and SL, Philip. I don't know. To be honest, I've never tried it. OCO is like, I think that like puts in your limits and buys and stuff. I was at bearish yesterday. Uh, the cluster of very key levels that I know statistically are likely to get hit. New day, opening range gap, full closure. And there was another one. I forget what it was. All those levels were stacked. Yesterday they were stacked like right around here. Midnight opening price, new day, and opening range. Yeah, so those 3 levels. And also just yesterday set the stage. I was expecting Monday high of week, which ended up being Tuesday. Or sorry, it ended up being Monday high of week. Nice. And then, yeah, just the day before set the stage for a lower price run. That's all. What about buys? Buys are nice, but if I'm being honest, let's think about probabilities. We're probably not going to reverse. I mean, this is very strong bearish order flow. I do wish we went above midnight, but we didn't. And we're really, really far from it now. And if we are going to reverse, we may just have to take a piece of the pie, like from here to here, for example, instead of forcing a reversal from all the way down here. I'm definitely not going to force a reversal from all the way down there, that's for sure. Because this is way too risky. How to gain mental capital? Experience, my brother. Experience. Bitcoin's about to blast off. Say the magic word, I'll buy some right now. What does this look like? It does not look like it's gonna blast off, bro. I'm gonna be honest. This looks like it's gonna really go lower. I mean, we got the CISD, we got the bearish fair value gap. We're displacing. We already inverted this gap. Brother, this looks very, very bearish, in my opinion. Personally, I don't know. In my opinion, this looks very, very bearish on Bitcoin. In fact, I'll even set an alert. No, I'm not even gonna set an alert. All right, 9:30 open, boys. I told myself, look, I left this note for me. See what it says? Chat close or chat off. Lock in. So let's lock in today. Today's gonna be difficult. Let's definitely lock in. Is Cam bigger? Yeah, it is bigger than normal. Let's ask handwriting, bro. Who cares about the handwriting, bro? Let's lock in. All right. What do we do first thing? Opening range gap. Let me tell you guys something. The best days are when you're bullish or bearish and it aligns with the direction of the opening range gap. That's the best. That's the best thing ever. Because you just get such high. Like I wish today was a clear bullish day because we would get really nice conviction because opening range gap is higher. I'm gonna be honest. Do we even need to mark out the other upper quadrants? We're probably not gonna get there. Let's just mark out these two. We may not even go above 930 opening price if we're really being honest. I'm saying we may not even go above here. I hope so, but let's just be real. Anyways, I'm hoping the market gives us easy price action. We don't have to trade, you know. If it just dumps the whole day, never gives an entry, like that's easy, you know, like it's so easy. You don't even have to like. There's no opportunity cost because there was never any opportunity to begin with. Would love to see that, although I don't think that's gonna happen. But it's gonna make us pick and choose and work overtime. Anyways, huge fair value gap there. Not first presentation. Someone yesterday told me I marked first presentation wrong. It was not wrong. It was correct, and I have proof. ICT marked the same one as me, so. So now we wait. I mean, if we could just, if we could get an easy one, just tap in there, order block, target the daily low, and that'd be nice. That would be nice. This is my drawn liquidity right now. This old low, currently SMT'd with ES. Yeah, we are so far in premium. Oh, don't give me this shallow OB, man. I wouldn't execute that. Low of day OB. That's a tape read. That would be a tape read. Could even risk half though. No, it's not worth it. If I'm being honest, I know it's shitty, but I don't even want to see price to go above 930. I'd rather that gap just stay open. Maybe, yeah, I would rather just stay open. Like this should be supported. We really can't go much higher. Like the last 3 days were so obviously bearish, but we just weren't able to capitalize on those moves. High opening range gap CE is all the way up there. Oh my, we are not getting there. Would I execute this order block? Probably not. I don't see myself executing this OB. It's a really hard trade to take at low of day. Okay, it doesn't look like it'll give us an entry anyways, so. 9 days. The melt. The melt. Yeah, I wouldn't short this OB. Listen, I'm a lie. There's obviously like I really do think price gonna go here, but okay. Well, we're not shorting it now for sure because it's literally 24 points away from my target. This is not it's easy day. It's just unfortunate. Oh, sorry. This is not first presentation. Apologies. Apologies. I was trying to just get the orange. I was just trying to get this. No, no, this is not first. Yep, my opinion. That is not first presentation for value. Incorrect information I gave you. However, if you want to study first presentation, I do have a video on YouTube called First Presentation for Value Gap. It's just basically if your value gap that forms that's kind of more key than the other ones because it's the first one in regular trading hours. I'd recommend you use it. I don't use it every single day, but a lot of the days I do. And whatever forms here would be your first presentation. Would I ever take a short like this? Say hypothetically it came back. No, I wouldn't. Oh my. I'm gonna look at stocks and they better be dumping. Right? That's what I want to see right now. Yes. Yes. Okay, I wouldn't say dumping, but 3% lower on the majors. Well, there's our target. How much lower can we really go, man? This is average daily range peak. Peak ADR right now. Genuinely remove all the levels from your chart and I'll just make this real simple for me. Keep that wick graded. Also keep this wick graded on ES. ES almost have 50% of that wick. Um, use the ICT Classic. All right, now we just watch. I suppose. I mean, the best trades are going to be short. If you're longing this, it's really just a long of hopes and dreams. But to be honest, if you're shorting this, it's also kind of hopes and dreams. But you don't want to be the guy trying to pick the bottom. I mean, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right. So maybe we can short look for 25%. I guess it's not going to be A plus. I'll tell you that much. Maybe we only trade the eval. Maybe we half our risk. I don't like taking trades. I'm just taking half risk. Fortunate, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I was on like a live account, if I was close to a payout, if I was, you know, not live streaming probably too, I would just be go back to bed because this market has moved. Suppose I like I mean, I like these quadrant levels, but you just gotta look at the daily chart. How much have we moved? 317 points. We haven't moved. I mean, this day is 323. That day is 308. Like 317 is at the extreme of the average daily range. So the last 5 days average is around like 285. Already way past that. Like I said, I don't want to see us go above 930, so we're seeing that here. But it's not easy, yeah. We'll see. We definitely won't be looking for a reversal. Apex will email you at the end of the day, brother. But also, if he doesn't let you push the button, then just blow him. They couldn't have waited for us. They had to do this overnight. So greedy, man. So greedy. They couldn't just wait for us to hop on the charts. Morning session. London shorters are probably so. It's a beautiful London short right there. Org stands for opening range gap. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep chat open here because there's no way I'm just gonna watch this alone. Like we're all gonna suffer together. So bias was bearish, but ES hit 50%. This is the next target for NQ. It's okay, Elliot. Take care, Nick. Blew my PA in 4 days after passing. Sounds about right. Happens. I don't get it. How is the PA bad? It's not bad PA. It's just for me in my model, there's gonna be very little opportunity. It looks like, but I mean, I'll stay patient. $9.34. No, this is not my model. Like I wouldn't trade that. I mean, Rodon, do winning days still count? Yes, sir. Good question, actually. Where would you exit if you enter 24777? Where would you exit? I would partial look for every single quadrant level. If there's sensitivity, then just close. If there's not sensitivity, hold to the next. Yeah, it's not easy. So today, like yesterday, looking for shorts. Yep, same as yesterday. I am looking for shorts, but I just want to outline like, look how much we've moved lower. See that? That's 330 points. So target 243. I mean, right now, like my draw are these quadrants. It honestly, ES looks like it'll probably make it to the low. So there's room, but that's extreme. This OB here, yeah, I could have like if I wanted to, I could short this like this, but this is a low quality trade. This is my low quality trade. I don't like taking protraction models at low of day. There's only a very specific scenario where I will do that, and that's if my drawn liquidity is so absolutely strong that I expect speed immediately. I didn't even have a strong drawn liquidity. I mean, we have wick quadrants here, so there's no way I'm about to short this when this is my drawn liquidity. It's just not my trade. I'd rather wait for something cleaner. The most recent one, again, same scenario. Same scenario. This is technically my model. You're right. This would meet criteria. I would short this candle, target, whatever. But again, I really, really don't like taking protraction models at low of day. I would prefer a protraction model like that. And I'll take that one. That way I can cover that low and then anything external. So yeah, in hindsight, these are playing out, but these are like rare. I rarely take these ones. If I had like equal lows here and some new day opening gap or opening range gap or like London low, like something really clean. FOMC lows are here. Yeah, we have that marked up. You don't have to keep starting to chat, but it's not there. It's not there for me. 300 profit enough for a funded? But what are you greedy? 300 profit? 300 profit enough? Is $300 enough? You tell me, bro. If you lose 1K, um, let's say you start with 0, you lose 1, your drawdown will go to 49. If you make that 1 back, it'll go back up to 48. 600 viewers, 16 likes. Oh, you guys are greedy. I have to win for likes, huh? No, this is not first presentation fair value gap. And it has nothing to do with experience, it just has to do with knowledge. Same exact scenario as yesterday. You were the person who told me I marked it wrong yesterday, right? That was you? That was you, wasn't it? That was you. You were wrong yesterday as well. Oh, wasn't? Ah, my bad, bro. Yesterday was also not the 9:30 candle. Someone told me I marked it wrong. Uh, this only is used as first presentation if it engages in RTH liquidity. It has to open above or below RTH liquidity. Do you see any liquidity? No, you don't see any liquidity because it's not there. It's all the way there, which is not the criteria. Yes, yesterday I had the correct annotation. It was not the. It's the same scenario as yesterday. The exact same scenario as yesterday. You don't use the 931 in that scenario. You use this one. Okay. We're gonna have to wait here. We're probably till 10 a.m. Yeah. You can trade this. Yeah, I mean you can trade this all you want. That's not the argument. The argument is this is not ICT's classification of first presentation for value gap. At least not according to him. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like he also has a pick and choose scenario. If it's used, he'll use it because he'll say you can see how the algorithm respected it. Um, he actually might use it to be honest. He does that. I'm not gonna lie, he does that. Protraction short. I mean, definitely not reversal. Long. We are looking for a protraction short. Yes. No, you're right. You can short this. I personally don't short in fair value gaps. Not my model at all. But yeah, if that's how you like to trade, you can go for that. I said as soon as 9:30 went down, I said I don't expect it to go above opening range gap. But it doesn't mean I'm going to short this. This is not the short I take. There's a discipline factor in here. Where are you shorting to? Probably ES 6611. He did not say that. Go back to the live stream, bro. It's all recorded. Looking for shorts. 423 with a nice bounce. Yeah, you're right. Good job. Why are we saying you're gonna close chat and open? Because it's gonna be a while before my setup forms. So until we get closer to setup formation, I'm gonna keep chat open because truth is, it's gonna be really boring. So I might as well talk to you guys, answer any questions in the charts. 5 minute gap, 10 minutes probably still forming. And the 10-minute gap will form inside the macro. Something we could use. We taught you protraction model myself. No, I will not. I will not be clicking the buy button today. On alpha, is this mini or NQ? Mini is NQ. On alpha, you want to search MNQ. Micro. You don't want to risk too much. What cut do you get? Recently, I've just been getting a taper. I'm gonna grow the front here. Just been getting a low taper, mid taper. The quadrants are the discount wick quadrants on the daily chart. You think they're legit? I don't know, bro. Who knows? We're up on the month. I mean, we took a payout this month, so we're gonna be up regardless of what happens in terms of bank account. In trades, we're also up currently, but not as much as I would like, if I'm being honest. Do you hold anything for retirement? I have an investment account, but the idea is only retirement right now. Yep. Go to the daily chart. See this wick? Mark out those quadrants. All right. I mean, we may get a nice setup here. Obviously, this could be a reversal, but again, I'm not beginning pushing buy. All right. Let's minimize chat. Something may be forming here. 10-minute fair value gap. 1050 macro. Sorry, 950 macro. We'll see if we get something off first presentation. For example, if we get an inversion here, I would take that. It would be closing above that wick. We have a nice confluence. I really like, let me tell you guys the sauce. When you take a daily level and then it lines with an ICT PD array, that's golden. Really golden. I like this overlap. Probably risk a little bit less on this trade though, if I'm being honest. No, don't do it like that. Well, we could take the OB here. I'm gonna wait for the OB, then wait for sensitivity. I'm waiting for sensitivity. 43-point stop. Oh my days. I think I missed it if I'm being honest. We'll see if we can get a better fill. I didn't realize the stop loss was gonna be 43 points. That made a really big difference. Because that's a 2 micro trade. I don't have time to change the contracts. If it comes up, we get a good fill. We'll take the shorts. Otherwise, we probably missed it. I had my contract set to 5 and 4. That would have been double the risk that I would have preferred. I guess it's the downside of having multiple accounts. We'll see if this can like wick up here. We get a decent fill. Something like here. I don't think we're gonna get a good fill. I think we missed it. That'll be such a nice short. You could even go break even now. Top of the inversion. I don't know if we'll see. Let's be patient. Maybe we can sell it inside this fair value gap. This is not my model at all. This is not my trade. My stop has to be here. Really, my stop has to be here, but we can go with the body and see if we get good. All right, we'll see. I'll probably de-risk. 41 times 20, that's 800. It's gonna be 8 micros on this account. Also getting closer. I mean, 10 a.m. news shouldn't do much, if I'm being honest. Have the trigger finger ready. If he gives us a good enough fill, I'll take it. Mind you, I'm de-risking on this trade. So could even take this protraction. Probably take like 2 micros on that. So just wait. I have the trigger finger ready. Now I'm looking for sensitivity. Looking for sensitivity. SCE there. All right. I like that fill. I'm going to go with 1 micro on that funded and 2 micros on Apex. We can always add contracts. This is a take profit eval. Yeah, just keep that in mind. So just know I'm in 1 micro on my funded with alpha futures. I'm de-risked. On Apex, I'm in 2. And I'm just taking a deferred entry on the protraction model. Right, that's all this is. And I'm going to try to add a position if possible, but I'm not going to force it because staying de-risked might be a smart thing here to do. I normally don't de-risk, but in this specific scenario, I would like to de-risk. Make sure it stops at the body there of the OB, 506.25. I like to be precise with my stop loss placements. So, yeah. If we break below this low, I'll move my stop to above this high. I'll take a small partial to cover the news candle that's coming at 10. Oh, actually, I can't do that on alpha futures. I gotta make sure we don't get stopped on alpha. It's not good, yeah. I mean, it should be a small candle. So if we close below this low, I'll move my stop here. Then we did really good. Then we're only risking 7 points. It's a really nice trade at that point. So if we get below here, then we move the stop, risk-free trade. And obviously we're looking at this as a first target. Nice. Pretty good delivery. Can't complain. All right, we're going to move the stop to 474. 0.75, 474 point. 0.50. 0.50. Very nice risk reduction. I am going to take the partial there. Let's see if this makes a lower low here. The partial is going to cover costs. That's what it's going to do. All right. The partial's in. The partial covers cost. Notice how I'm like being super aggressive with my risk management. Yeah, that's because I know I'm not in a favorable trade. Confirm that to 6. And we let the rest go. We're just going to let the rest go. So break even because of the partial. And we're just going to let the rest go. Hopefully it runs. It may not. That's okay. We're risk-free. We did the hard part, I would say. It's going to be an orange folder candle in 5 seconds. Hopefully it's nothing crazy. Whoa. It was crazy. Well, that's why we took the partial, right? So. Yep, definitely got wicked out. I'm not going to re-enter on that wick. The partial and stop reduction happened, and that's why I managed it that way. Obviously, in case something like this happened, it happens. I am still in on the Alpha Futures account with the stop here because, like I said, 2 minutes before and after. So I'm gonna go and see. The mini wick is probably not as bad, right? I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that. Let's go look like what does the wick look like on the mini? Yeah. See how normal that is? It's just the micro. Wick's really hard there. So pretty minor break even trade. Let me make sure. Did I get a bad fill on that? 4-4. Oh, it slipped me all the way up, huh? Kind of sucks, I guess. But I think the partial still covered, right? Yeah. So we're still break even. It's fine. I got filled literally right here on Apex, all the way up there. We can look for another short opportunity. I think there's a 15-minute gap. It's kind of extreme all the way up there, but we'll see if it gets there. Took out this high. Say we take this high and break down. That's something that could be a short opportunity. Good idea. Unfortunately, we didn't get the push through. Kind of, that's what I was hoping for. But at least we broke even. This account should also be break even, right? Maybe I'm down a little. Yeah, okay, we're down 200. No biggie. So this inversion on ES, for example, that could be a good short if it forms. Um, we'll see if it does. Hmm. We've got to wait. Wait for another high probability short. At least now we have equal lows here. That's nice. That's nice in that sense. I closed the orders, right? Okay, nice. So potentially something like take out that high. That's a 15-minute fair value gap. Then we get an OB. We can trade that. I'll mark out the 15-minute gap here. And obviously, if this is going to reverse, well, it can reverse. That's fine. We can always trade continuations going into 10:30 or. But I'm personally still bearish. Make sure that anchors correctly. Right. So I want to see us take that high, then break down. That's a short I would take in. That would probably, I'm not going to say A plus, but it was definitely a better trade. Now we have the equal lows and we have the higher time frame target there. So I suppose I'd rather mark first presentation and then mark the sweep here. Obviously, this could be a reversal. It's possible, but for me, just gonna keep waiting. Moving pretty strong. Gotta stay patient. See if it respects the 15-minute fair value gap. It would have to inverse this fair value gap for me to get in short. Looks like we probably will make a higher high though, above opening range gap. Does this change my bias of the 15 minutes? We'd have to get a 15-minute CISD. We'll just wait. Worst case, we wait till 10:15. At least we're moving. Moving nicely. We got a really good partial there and then break even. What was the fill on that? 4491. Yeah, it seems like we got. I mean, I couldn't have anticipated that large of a news candle. I like these equal lows. They can inverse first presentation, that's fine, because the 15-minute city. As long as we don't inverse the 15-minute. This is a lot of. This is insane buy side delivery right now. If we inverse first presentation, like end this one, that's where I'll short. I'd probably 72 points. Yeah, we could go in 2 micros. We can start with one and then add. We can add like even if it just goes down, because the risk reward on that would be insane. Maybe I just start with full risk though. Seems like a lot of people are really bullish still. They think this is a full reversal. I'm not convinced. I told you if we get the 15-minute CIST, then I'll be bullish. Target London, midnight, Asia. If we don't get that closure, I'm not convinced. We have to get the CIC, otherwise it's not there for me. We are back above the daily fair value gap, low. Which is a good sign. Let's keep this annotated for now. We just wait. I mean, if we break down here aggressively, we respect the 15, strong wick. I don't know about OB, but You blew your account? It happens, bro. Still 5 more minutes. Most likely we're waiting 5 minutes before any execution again. At a minimum. Minimum 5 minutes. If I was bullish, what do I take it? There isn't even a model for me here. Not post news. So it doesn't really matter. I don't see myself taking anything here. Because if I took it long here, I mean we're getting stopped. I'm for sure getting stopped at somewhere here. Probably right there. So in hindsight, even if you did take a long, yeah, you could have argued 10:01 entry. That's way too much of a red flag for me though. I would never take 10:01. But now that we seem like we get the reversal, we can look for a high probability long. We have a whole session to reverse. It's possible. We might get an insane daily wick here. I like the bounce off 25%. Hopefully we get the 15-minute CISD, but this just might be enough order flow to count anyways for me personally. Is it enough order flow? I don't know. I mean, these equal highs here are really clean, so. Even if we are bears, you can still take this as a reversal progression model. I like this objective here. We're gonna wait for a protraction model long. Hopefully we get a nice one in this 5 minute. That would be ideal. That should cover a good risk. I'm hoping we don't trade to here before then. Again, not a single protraction model offered here anyways, so we have to wait. Um, so we can wait for a protraction model. Ideally before we trade into 830, opening range gap 0.25 and the buy side. So hopefully we can get something like this. That would be like A plus probably. I don't think we're gonna get it though. This looks pretty one-sided, but we'll see. We're probably not gonna close above on the 15 if I had to guess, but we got the inversion, so it's enough. It's enough for me to change my bias. This is what I was looking for in the pre-market plan, right? Bearish. If it reverses, then switch bias. Look for longs. We took one trade break even. Does anyone know why this is so extended? I like the 5 minute here. That would be in 30 seconds. 10:15 PO3. Yeah, it should expand. Hopefully we don't just go into consolidation now. I mean, these equal highs to me look like a very strong target. Price action looks to be delivering very well. Opening range gap here. Then we have 1, 2, 3. No, it goes off first tap, so that wouldn't count. If we get to 0.25 org though, we might have to draw up the 0.50 again. Set up a 3 micro trade. This is an eval. We got to get through this. I don't want to waste too much time on this eval. Okay, it's 10:15. Got the inversion. Got the CIC on it. Yes, I am bullish. I want to see something. Ideally, best case scenario like this. We long with the stop there. That would be really good risk reward. 5 minute gap plus the first presentation would just be perfect for me. I don't know whether or not we're gonna get it, but we're gonna have to wait for it regardless. So I'm hoping that happens before we trade there. If we trade there, I mean, I'm still bullish, but it's not gonna be as good of a trade. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go without us first. I mean, not a single protraction model there. Could argue this is an order block. Trades down. I didn't even touch the fair value gap. It wouldn't even count for me. We can just engineer some liquidity here. One-sided longs. The blue line is 25% of the discount daily wick quadrant. Good shit, JP. That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah, you can aim for the untapped 1 hour. Oh, yeah, these if you longed here, I mean, it played out, but in my opinion, it's very low probability. Very low probability. What would you need to see to go long? My protraction model. I'm just waiting for my model now. Asia highs get hit. I mean, if it's a daily reversal, yeah, I think it's possible, man. Yeah, I definitely think it's possible. Or it just stops at this hourly. It's hard to say now, but if we're gonna get this hourly opening range gap 0.25, I got the stats. I think we keep going to opening range gap 50, which means we're gonna have to annotate that back. We'll just put some dotted red lines. Okay, we didn't touch 830 opening price. I really hope this comes down before touching 830 open price, sorry. Yeah, it is something I keep track of, and it's probably something I will still always do. Um, because it helps me a lot more in the long run, brother. Helps me a lot more in the long run. The whole point is I don't want to be in a trade where it's gonna take that stop out. It's just not my style. And I'm also the kind of person who, if it does stop me out on a trailed stop, it's really easy for me to re-enter the position. You know, I'll just enter the next protraction because if I get stopped on a trade, say I take a protraction model, if I get stopped and then it keeps going in my favor again, that's another protraction model. I can just take that again. You know, so it's kind of like risk-free ish, if you want to call it. This is an aggressive protraction model. So aggressive if we get the OB. I think it's worth the trade. We're gonna take this trade. If we close above the body, that is. There we close above the body. Went away for sensitivity. Trading into the OB right now. Waiting for sensitivity. No sensitivity yet. I'm looking at this OB. Waiting for sensitivity. See if we make a higher high on that candle. We'll buy that. Could just buy on the buy stop plus 2 ticks. I almost rarely buy on a buy stop. Make sure I get quick to remove this though if it hit the buy stop at 610. That high plus 2.5 points. Yeah, I like that. Just call it 3 points. Okay, I'm gonna remove that buy stop. Buy it myself here. I'm watching price trade to that high. All right, we're gonna take it there. I'm gonna go 1 micro on alpha futures, 2 micros on apex again. So I'm still de-risked. Stop loss is there. Aiming for 50% opening range gap because we reached 25. Stop loss is if we close below here. It's an aggressive protraction model, but I like it. It's fine. Again, I am de-risked. So like I said, only 1 micro on alpha futures, 2 micros on apex. See if we get those highs. I mean, those highs should be pretty simple, pretty easy target. Not the best risk to reward here. It's something we didn't get the much room to work with on that, but if we get the highs, we'll bring the stop to 593, which is the body low. It would actually be 594. 59375. I want to see a run to 50% org within the next 10 minutes. So 1, 2, this is the 3rd minute. So in the next 7 minutes, say 15 minutes, 7 to 15 minutes. So that's 7 or 12 or 13. Yeah, 7 or 12. So I'm looking at 7 minutes and 12-minute interval to get to 50% opening range gap, which means we need speed above that buy side pool. I might even just break even after the buy side pool because this is a very deep premium trade and I can't move my stop. There's a lot of places I can't really move my stop to. Although 5935 is going to be the next stop move, which is just the body low of the order block that I executed on. I'm gonna be honest, like if we go break even, we probably just get stopped. I'm gonna leave it here for now. Watch for sensitivity. Wait. Oh shit, I shorted on Apex? I just realized I shorted on Apex instead of long. Okay, we got to get a trade copy here, man, because this is not it. Anyways, looking for 50% org. Give it a one tick. 663.5. We didn't lose much anyways. 2 micros, couple points. I lost $40 on Apex there. How did I make that mistake? It's crazy. So what's the interval here? We got, so it's minute 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on minute 5. Like I said, 10-minute is the best statistic. 10 minutes before. So, say we wait 2 or 3 more candles, then we're going break even, looking for 50% org, using that time statistic to our advantage. Zoom out time frames here. Say the most recent 5-minute low, 597. I'm going to put the stop there. 598. Why? Because if it comes here, it's a 5-minute gap. We can just look for re-entry. To be honest, if we close below here, I may just terminate the trade early. It literally needs to go higher now, or I'm going to close early and look for a re-entry. I wouldn't want to see it go any lower because I don't want my stop at a 5-minute gap. I want to enter on the 5-minute gap if it gets there. So we'll give it a chance. Unfortunately, no other protraction models formed. Stop at 598 though is nice. We're risking very little now. Only risking $30. It looks like this trade will be a break even. So I'm gonna hover the close button. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna close this trade break even. Close, man. I'm gonna look for price to come back into the 5-minute gap. It took out the buy side. We're inside the hourly, so I'm a little bit skeptical. And I don't like where my stop loss is at. And there was no room to partial, so we're gonna close there and wait for the 5-minute. Obviously, it doesn't have to get there, but I like the management. This is the 5-minute gap. We'll just wait for it to come down. Here, blue line, 597. Could even argue this is the reversal short. It's getting tough now. Bias is getting tough, to be honest. I'm still bullish, but oh. The hourly Cibi there is definitely telling. The fact we didn't reach org 50% right away, too. Wait a minute. That's org 50, right? Yeah, it is. Two break-even trades. Still waiting for that really nice setup. Hopefully it forms. Looking for a continuation long. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes now. Obviously, we can still get here in the next 6 minutes or 5.5 minutes. Go to some consolidation now. 10:30 PO3, 10:30 opens here. If we can get a low, that'd be a really nice setup if we can get something like this. That would be like A plus probably. We take that into lunch. Gotta move lower though. We're looking for it to go lower. Five nine seven five. 597. Oops. Moving higher. Don't want to see that low get put in below 1030. Moving really slow now. Again, I'm just looking for that low below 1030 opening price. We're accumulating at that opening range gap 25% and the buy side that we took. So just accumulating inside that hourly. Obviously want to see that blue line get hit at least. At least. Did a 15-minute gap form? Yeah, there's a 15-minute gap here too. That would be a nice entry too. Off the order block with the fair value gap. I would like that as an entry as well. Would be a nice entry. Could stay open though, but that would be right here. 576. Real tight consolidation now. Oh, this is ORC 75%. Let me double check this information, make sure I drew it correctly because it's really important. Okay, valid. Again, just waiting for price to put in a low before looking for a long. Right now we're just consolidating, moving really slow. Hopefully not all the good PA, all the nice deliveries not used up. Really, I want to see price trade into here. That would be most ideal, but I'm not sure if we're going to get there. It looks like we may form another 15-minute on top of that one, which is fine. It happens. We'll see. It's already been approximately 13 minutes since first orc 0.25 tap. Typically means I'm looking for a run lower. Did you take that long? Because the protraction model formed. Then I closed break even because I was anticipating a deeper retracement against me. Still looking for sell? That's okay. Look for it, bro. Trust no one but yourself. How do you do when you change your bias? What do I do? Doesn't matter. Don't look at it as a bearish fair value gap. Look for it as a premium array. Um, it all depends on bias. If you're bearish, you short the hourly. If you're bullish, you long into the hourly. If you don't know, well then you don't trade. You know, simple, brother. Obviously, if you're bearish, you're gonna anticipate this to hold, and you expect the price run lower. I'm still leaning towards longs because all the converging daily levels, but it's really hard to say, obviously. Hmm. All depends on your bias, and if you don't have a clear bias, well then don't trade it. In my opinion, it's higher probability to go higher. So if my model forms long, I'm happy to take that trade. Um, but everyone's different. There is a small imbalance here. We'll see if that leads to a potential retracement lower. Hopefully it moves lower now. Could be a 1050 macro play. Like untradeable PA. I mean, I'm glad we're break even, but it's pretty untradeable for me in my models. What is this, man? Thank goodness we closed that trade because I'd be feeling like doom right now. Maybe we're not gonna move into lower. It's possible. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll be waiting. If he wants to move lower, we can go long. I'm just waiting for something like this. Anything like that. Why do you trade outside the macro? Too much opportunity outside the macro to only trade macros. Will you trade again? I'm looking for it along. The only one going to short? You can short, bro. What do you use to code your? I use Python. Somebody please tell the 5-minute FEG. Rainy, yeah, rainy PA indeed. Full porting long so we can go lower for you. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Best prop firm in your opinion? Alpha Futures, no question. We're respecting the hourly. We're consolidating in the hourly. If you want to say that's respecting, yeah, I guess. Push the button randomly. Yeah, we're break even right now. Alpha Futures better than Top Step in terms of easily putting money into your bank account. I would say so. Yeah. Good duel. I got close for plus 20 at 10 a.m. Wake on Alpha. Is that bad? Uh, yeah, that's bad. It's not the worst thing, but they're probably going to deny your payout. I'm going to be honest. They won't take away money, but you're not supposed to listen, you're not supposed to enter or exit. It's a simple rule, man. No entries or exits 2 minutes before or after news. There's a 4-minute window where there can't be any executions on your chart. That's it. Two break evens for me right now, yeah. And futures is it's a good broker, yeah. I do have a video on greed. You should watch my YouTube video on greed. It's really, really good. You would very much appreciate that video, I believe. Red folder news, yes. My exit wasn't here on alpha. Partial counts, yes. Any executions. On the Discord, where would I enter giveaway if I bought alpha leader? You just message me on Discord, brother. You bought the fair value gaps yet? How much are you up for the week? I don't think we're up on this week anymore. Better alpha futures or apex? I like alpha futures more personally, but I use both. You think if you wish to social market opens for valid to take? Yeah. I was also bearish at that time. Is alpha have trailing drawdown? It's end of day trailing. Like it trailed at the end of the day. How do you see the news on alpha? They tell you. Top step's a good option. You're down 400. So yes, tough week. Oh, there's activation fees. It's manipulation. I hope so. Short 5-point stop right now. No, thank you. But we can tape read it with you just for fun. He said right now about like here, let's just say 5-point stop. Cool. Distribution lower. Oh, you mean like that? I want to see more so something like that. You know, is what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna keep this up. People are gonna look at that as a trade. Do you feel comfortable sharing what Python library you use for your backtesting? Not sure what that means, but Mini Conda 3 is what I use. Give some motivational words for us. If you lost today, you don't need motivational words. You just need to come back tomorrow. That's it. Can't expect to win every day. Yo, Gaddy, I got stopped by the 10 a.m. on the micro to violate the news rule. Yes, probably. Unless you have an advanced account. Why would it go down to the level you're anticipating? 15-minute gap is what I'm looking for. I'll even take the 5-minute gap. I need to see a move lower below 1030 for me to go long. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. It may not go lower. It's just for fundeds. It may not go lower, but that's not the point. The point is it's not whether I think it's gonna go lower or not. What matters is it's only high probability long for me if it goes lower first. That's it. I'd rather take the high probability scenario. On alpha, yeah, it doesn't apply on evals. It was only orange folder on. Look, I even told you guys. If you don't know, it says it right here. They post every time they post here. All the news that counts as red folder. This rule affects standard and zero qualified accounts. The news rule applies for 2 minutes before and after high impact news. No order must be executed in that time. Stop losses and take profit and market orders count as order execution. So if you did make that mistake, well, welcome to the club. Most likely what will happen is your next payout, they're going to say you broke the news rule. They're not going to take your account away. They're not going to take your money away. You're going to have the same profit balance, most likely. If you made a lot of money, then they probably will take it away because they'll just say you traded news. You just got to get eligible again. That's it. You can hold through news. Yeah, exactly. You can hold through news. My thoughts on meme coins is nothing, bro. Good question. I don't know anything about pandas, but I do know that when ChatGPT writes me my Python script, it says something about pandas. Like it puts it into my Python, whatever that means. This is inside the Alpha Futures Discord. It's notice board. XPS 69,000. No, I have not heard of that, bro. 6,900. Sorry. Lock in, bro. Shorts already. I'm not looking to go short. Where are the easy days? How big's your Python? 6 or? Okay, bro. You trade PM session? Yeah, I do. I'll probably trade PM today. We need some easy trades, man. Market's been tough. Too tough. East Africa? Which country? I didn't say that. Might inverse the hourly? I would assume so, but what country fix tapes? Depends what country. I like YouTube viewers more. If someone shorted that inversion, I think that's a really bad trade personally, but it's not the worst trade to be honest. No, it's not the worst trade. But I'm just waiting for price to go down so I can go long. Do you trade PM like AM, like the same strategy? No, I have a different model for PM sessions. Work in East Africa. Brother, what country in East Africa? Some countries yes, some countries no. I would need to know which country. You're in at 650, short or long? What's your PM model? It's my 1R model. I would look at ES ranking for correlations or something you look at. You can use silver and dollar. For gold, look at dollar, inverse correlation. You can look at silver for correlation. Yeah, my PM session model is on YouTube. Why do you have a different model? PM can get slow, and I like trading quick 1R trades in the PM session. Just simple. The model does have 2 stages, so sometimes it is more than 1R, but primarily it's just 1R. What a lame session, man. Lame. Where were all the easy days? When's the last time we got like an A+ double purge? Did they not do that anymore? It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Asia strategy? It'd be the same entry models. I would just target and have different characteristic and narrative. 25 minute, no short opportunity equals no trade day. Yeah. It's been 3 months of pure BS, brother. That is a really cope. That's a lot of cope right there, bro. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of cope involved in that statement. Yeah, when we were pumping towards all-time highs, those longs were easy. That was nice. How many handles? Doesn't matter, bro. It can be 5 handles, it can be 30. Whatever 1R is from my entry and stop loss. It's been difficult. Yeah, I agree on that. I think we can agree on that. Difficult price action. I miss all the easy stuff. But the setups are there. You just gotta be more diligent. Short going into lunch macro. I would need the CISD. I like the hourly. I like that we didn't reach org 50%. I don't like the 15-minute that's right under us. I still think it's long. I'm gonna sit here and wait for the long. 15-minute gap right under us at 609. All these equal lows as well. I do like that it's 1050 macro and we'd be running against opposing liquidity. I do like that. We did get the CISD. Maybe if we get sensitivity inside the imbalance, we run a range model type trade. There is pretty strong narrative behind this idea. We did get the CISD. All right, let's try this. Let's try this on eval. Hold on to this too much. There's good narrative. Inside 1050 macro from the hourly city. Failure to get to org 50. That's a really telling sign. And we should be able to manage risk on the way down. Keep this simple. Consolidation low. Yeah. There's good narrative. Good to be aggressive on the eval. If we close below here, I move the stop here. Practically a break-even trade at that point. That's why I like this trade. Because I can very quickly move my stop to only 11 points if we break lower. And there's a good chance we take out at least these lows. Coming back up into the imbalance. Oh. We're really just not gonna take any lows. I guess there's an S&T here, but like all these lows are just stacked. Just gonna let these people get away with their stop loss orders. It's too clean down there. Well, we got the inversion there. Gonna give it a chance on the order block. Use three up close candles, but it's not looking good, obviously. Make sure the stop's at the high. Yes. No wins on the eval. Break even funded. This is a take profit eval. I've never got an account with them before, besides this one. We're due for some easy trading. We really do. New fair value gap formed. Obviously, want to see this inverse. Do I think it will? Probably not, but tracks are my reversal high still there, so it's possible. I'm really surprised that we didn't run any trailed lows here. That's like really rare. Really rare. Usually we do, especially in this time of day. But I guess maybe we're just really bullish or really choppy. Who knows? They're just stacking all this liquidity higher, all these higher lows. Like this is a bull flag. We're gonna let bull flag traders win right now. Bull flag premium narrative. That's got to be like a confirmation for us, no? This looks like a bull flag in premium inside lunch macro, which typically retraces inside an hourly bearish fair value gap that formed a 1 minute CISD. This is close. I'm not gonna say it's A plus, but it's a really strong trade. Mhm. Well, we got to CE, decent sign, I suppose. But we got to get below CE because now we're just stacking equal highs, so it's not what you want to see. Although intermediate term high formed, I like how it's also clumped up together. September's been pretty draining, I'm gonna be honest. There's no easy days. I'm not gonna say price action was like BS. It was definitely tradable most days, but difficult for me at least. You know, I miss the easy ones. I need some freebies every now and then. Freebies always keep the spirit up. The ones where like it just forms a CISD and it just goes to standard deviation levels and like the ones we took early in September. Where are those? Where are the easy ones? Are they in Asia session right now? Lunch? Where are they at? Where they at though? Cause I feel like I gotta work overtime for these setups, man. You gotta like pick and choose between like all the narratives and stuff. CE is 50% of the gap, my brother. So I just want to see 50% of that gap, this box. If that gets invalidated, it's a pretty good sign. How do I join Alpha Futures Discord? It's on their website. It's probably the best place to go. Why you gotta let trendline traders win? That's what I'm saying. Can't let those guys win. They didn't work hard enough. I'm joking. Joking. We got the inversion. Do I think it matters? Probably not. Looks like we're in another consolidation of doom. Every trade, last three trades. Well, I guess not last three trades, but last 3 days. We just step it up for the clan games. Anyone who wants to join Clash of Clans and carry us, feel free to join the clan. We're pretty strong, bro, but we don't have so many people. Super duper easy day. If you lost, pack it up. Damn it, guys. I have to quit trading, I guess. Sucks. The clan names is Gems Clash. Oops. Not a good trade, fam. Damn it. Should I just close, bro? I just click close because you said. I just forget all the statistics I have, all the data, all my 2 years experience and 5 years backtest data collection, all the code that I've ran. I was joking, guys. I was just making fun of the guy who said, "No, it's a good just trade. A strong narrative behind the trade." Need a moderator? I have one. Probably sleeping, bro. Probably saw this price action and went back to sleep. Can't join your Discord. You have to click open in browser. Open in browser, my brother. I don't blame him, bro. I also would, like I said, if I was trading on a live account, I just went back to sleep. My target, I like this, but to be honest, this might be like, I just said this is an eval trade, right? So I just send it for 1,500, bro. I might be honest. I might be honest. I might just send this for 1,500 because there is a chance this is a full reversal from the hourly. Lunch macro runs on opposing liquidity. It's gonna be at least here. From there, we manage. I mean, this should already be managed if I'm being honest. 4649. 469, yeah. JD said I lurk. We're just waiting for my next victim to ban. I knew my mods were here somewhere, bro. What is first presented fair value? If you want to learn about that, I'd recommend watching my YouTube video. But us failing to reach org 50 is so strong for me. Like that's a really good sign. Sign of what? This is hard to say. I'm gonna be honest. Where's 10 a.m. range? Nice breaker in here. We're gonna go with the stop at 643. We hide the inversion plus 1 tick. There is an SMT there. This would have been the long that I wanted if it formed like 15 years ago. There is an SMT at this consolidation low. We did inverse that. To be honest, on this eval, I think I'm just gonna hold. I really like the narrative. I think it's worth the risk. To simply just hold. There might be a 2-minute gap in there, anyways. No, there's not. See that 3-minute CISD is clean. Speed, speed, speed. What I want to do is close my eyes, and then the next time I open them, price is like down here. That's what I want. How many points to get 1500 on this eval? 75? Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot more than I expected. That is a lot more than I expected. All balanced, man. We got to run these people out. It's been too easy for them. Too easy for these people who went long, man. On a day like this, too easy, too easy, too easy. I think she. What do you guys think? Low of day? 200 points away? This is what we're going to do. You take the range, the dealing range, which is this. Yes, it is this. This is your dealing range because we swept that low. That's the high. And then you look at the first discount array. I'm going to try and snipe this. Too much money, man. Hold on, let me do some math here. 90 divided by 2 times 8. Okay, we rock. We can rock with this. I'm gonna go 9 on the partial here. And for ego purposes only, 1 partial running the low of day. Plus 2 points. So obviously some P&L based decision making here. Could probably move the stop here to break even. 46224. Then let's literally break even. I mean, I like that OB. Let me scan timeframes here. Yeah, we really should not be going up there. So stop to 24625. I hate that it's right there, but this was the idea of the trade because I mean it's basically we moved there was a really good chance I was gonna get to move my stop just because I know it's very likely to come at least here. So now if it wants to run, we get a risk-free opportunity, you know, so it's worth taking. And this is an eval, so I'm kind of sending it, obviously, but see. We can get some snipes in here, maybe. Down when you walk the wire. Looks like we might get break evened yet again. Yet again. What's new? 15-minute gap. Really nice long. Well, it was fun while it lasted, boys. 3 break-even trades. D what it is, I guess, right? D what it is. This probably takes the highs and Orc CE. Won't be for me. Take another one, YOLO. I would probably assume that this is gonna just trade higher now from the 15-minute gap. I'm really not taking another trade. Like, 3 break evens is enough. Break evens is enough. Yeah, there is a one. Yeah, I mean, sure, there is a little 1 minute fair value gap here, bro. But I'm gonna be honest. What's the significance of that? Like, just lost like 230 for drawdown on Apex. Yeah, that happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good narrative. It had potential. Bro, 3 break evens, that's a great sign for another one. Well, if I was gonna take another one, it would have been this. And this one's already gone. And even then, bro, this risk reward is ass. What is that, 0.8? The bull flag worked? Nah, this is a false breakout, bro. What do you know about that CMD? Why were you short biased? To be honest, I wasn't really short biased. I wasn't necessarily really anticipating it to come here. But the main reason was the hourly SIBI, the failure to get to ORC 50, and also the just higher time frame bearish order flow. Right. My tripping or chat's been nicer? YouTube chat's fine, bro. It's TikTok that's the problem. I put a magnet on my longs. I mean, that's fine, bro. As long as we're definitely going to London High School. S&P at the lows, you should have partial. This is an eval, bro. It's gonna get, finished in at least a couple days. ICT talks a lot about PO3. You said you watched all the videos. Yeah, I did watch all the videos multiple times, and I get rid of problems. Okay, that time reversal long wasn't a good setup at all. Right now, I'm mad about. Not even whether it's good setup or not. My model is not even here for me to even enter this trade. The only entry that meets my criteria is either that CISD, which there's never am I ever taking that trade in a million years. The second opportunity would have been this protraction model, which I'm also never taking out in a million years. There's just no way. And other than that, there isn't a single other model besides this one, which I did take and got break even. So PO3 there. Yeah, PO3's every day, bro. What's new? I hate this PA. I'm using the hammer at the 15-minute gap. Sorry, Gaddy, it's my fault. No, this isn't. I only took that trade on my eval. If I ever specify eval, why not stop streaming TikTok? Because too many viewers come there. So many content in chat as soon as your trade fails. Wild. I mean, the trade idea was good. It was break even. But yeah, probably when I'm in the short, you can see why I minimize chat while I'm in a trade, right? Are you bullish tomorrow for a TGIF? Possibly. Depends what today does. What you use to stream? OBS Studio and TikTok Live Studio. Where do you get your backtest data from? I purchased it. You gotta purchase data. Watching these lives at the beginner is difficult. It'll get better, bro. Breaking even is still a win. You're not down on the day. Yeah, I mean, taking the good trades was the win for me. I like how I traded. I like how I managed my risk. Every trade I took would have been a loser if I didn't break even. So they were really good break evens. Do you use Forex replay? I use TradeZella. It's a lot better. Every trade you don't lose money is a W. Don't even think about the P&L, guys. Think about the actual trade itself. You know, it's about everything else. Down 70. That's pretty good, I think, depending on what account size you're on. I think that's good though. Never look down when you walk. These equal highs are sus. Expect it to spike right through. Org 50. Does it get there before 11:30 and meet the statistic of like what's the statistic of reaching org 50 by 11:30? It's a pretty high statistic. I gotta check my data. For those who've stayed, you can get access to the data. Here you go. I'll give you guys the sauce. Org 50. %72 chance. Pretty strong, wouldn't you say? 72% chance. %72 chance on any given day to reach 50% of opening range gap within the first 2 hours, being 9:30 to 11:30. So we have 10 more minutes and we haven't reached it. So you could argue that there's a 72% chance that we get there. What buffer would you say I should build before a payout on a 50K? Obviously, there's more stuff to consider, like how close we are to it, also how big the gap. All these stuff is not to consideration. You said I should have taken longs. If it formed in here, I would have. But forming this late and then failing to get there, red flag. You trade yes, no, but I do look at it. At least a 2K buffer, or at least 1,000, bro. 1,000 to 1,500, I'd say minimum. You think I wait for any help? Or should I tell people? Sure, bro. Songs look perfect. I think they're far from perfect. I will trade PM session today, yeah. One. I'll give PM session one trade attempt. Win, break even, or lose. It's the most thing I was doing now. It would be a bullish hammer. Bullish hammer, eh? This one? Yes, that is a bullish hammer. If that's what you want to call it. Initial bias was bearish going into open. And then once we got here, I was bullish. Switch bias. So on side both times. I just give it in Discord. How much you risk when you trade your funded the first time? 0.25%. Guys, just take profit at 2474. Damn. Pretty far down, brother. Why don't you stay bearish, if I may ask? Because of this order flow. I have 8 fundeds currently. Check out ES. ES is on the right side chart. It's there. It's all there, my brother. Any more shorts? I wouldn't touch this personally. Clash of Clans name? Gems Clash. It's the one with GatieTrades in it, obviously. Alright, boys. If Alpha allowed 5 fundeds, bro, that'd be unfair, bro. Fair. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through. Another day that the mental drains, but the equity does not go up. But it is what it is. 3 break-even trades. We were on the right side, except here, but that was managed well. I don't even know how to do a recap. Let's just do a quick recap right now. So I took 3 trades today. They were all break even. I tried getting short in here. Protraction model, target 50% of the daily wick. That failed. We got stop break even. Then switched my bias after seeing this order flow. I got long off of this order block. It was looking good. And then I got stopped out. Break even here. The reason I went break even here was because there was a 5-minute bullish fair value gap, like right here. So I was looking to re-enter longs. Should price come retrace, deeper. That never happened. We went to another consolidation of doom. And then macro hit. We failed to reach org 50. I saw the hourly imbalance holding. I thought, you know what? The fact that we went higher here and then broke down in the macro, a lot of good factors indicating we can probably move lower. And at the very least, we can take out this low and move the stop down, which is exactly what happened. So we shorted inside that bearish fair value gap, reversal model, stop at the high. And then we got break even yet again with a stop loss right here. Protraction model, so that's a good stop loss. Obviously, we would have been stopped out. So pretty lame day, if you ask me. I think price probably will continue higher now if I had to make a educated guess, but overall pretty lame. Pretty lame. We move on. Don't even recap, just go to sleep. I gotta post something, bro. I always post at least something. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through. I will see you guys live tomorrow. Other sources of income: make a little bit of money from YouTube, a little bit of money from affiliates, and then trading. I have no other job or anything, so I did not crash out on these morons. They're just waiting for me to crash out, probably, bro. See you, bro. Take care, brothers. Till next time. Peace.